Hello dear learners, you are most welcome to our channel. In this video, we shall be discussing the pulley as a metaphysical poem. Before jumping into our discussion, let's familiarize ourselves with the term metaphysical. Metaphysical poets are a group of intellectuals who present their poetry in a logical and intellectual argument. Usually, they begin their poems with words which are normally meant to open an argument or a debate. Then, they move to support their points in the lines and stanzas of the poem, and finally, they conclude their poems, making sure their readers or audience are convinced to reason with them. Also, metaphysical poems focuses more on abstract themes such as death, love, comfort, to mention but few. For instance, George Herbert's The Pulley is based on the idea of man's dependency on God, whilst Death Be Not Proud by John Donne focuses on death. Another important feature of a metaphysical poem is the use of allusion. Metaphysical poems normally makes reference to science, history, court records, journals, to mention but few. The use of conceit is also common with metaphysical poems. Conceit is an extended metaphor or simile. It is also known as a far-fetched comparison of two dissimilar items. So in discussing the pulley as a metaphysical poem, we shall be looking out for logical argumentation, abstract themes, allusion, conceit, and paradox. Let's discuss them one after the other. 1. Logical argumentation. The use of logical argumentation in the pulley is clearly seen in the poet's logical presentation of his ideas. The poem is written to paint a perfect picture of how man's life will end without God. Therefore, man's life without God is bound to end in rippling restlessness. George Herbert begins his logical argumentation from the creation story in the first stanza. We are told how God made man and how he agreed to bless him with the worldly pleasures and riches. Upon further reading, God chooses to keep rest away from man. Then he goes on to tell us why God withheld such a precious gift from man. He then summarizes or concludes his logical argumentation by projecting rest as the only device which is able to draw man closer to God. 2. Abstract themes. The use of abstract themes is clearly seen in George Herbert's The Pulley. The poem focuses on love, comfort, pleasure, and rest, which are all intangible ideas. 3. Allusion. The pulley relies heavily on biblical allusion to convey its message. The subject matter of the poem revolves around biblical or Christian creation story. First, we get to realize that God is the originator or source of man's gifts, potentials, and talents. Then, the poetic persona's account on what God said whilst creating man buttress on the Christian doctrine of Trinity. Let us, said he, pour on him all we can, is almost the same as in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. Let us. 4. Conceit. In the poem, God's act of using restlessness as a way to compel man to always seek him, as compared to the basic law of physics, just as the pulley will be able to draw or lift an object. Rest is equally used to draw man closer to his object of worship. 5. Paradox. Paradox is a statement which appears nonsensical, but in reality makes a lot of meaning. In Judge Herbert's The Pulley, we admire God for setting aside a glass of blessing even before creating man. However, after man was created, God deliberately withheld one of the most precious gifts, which is the gift of rest. We began to question ourselves why he withheld the gift of rest from man. If indeed God cares for man, why will he put man in a state of perpetual restlessness? But upon further thought, we get to realize that the whole idea of God keeping rest away from man was all out of love, kindness, benevolence, and compassion. Then again, we ask ourselves, why does God make man rich and weary? But upon further reflection, we get to understand that if God's blessings are not enough to make man glorify him, then weariness will force man into God's bosom. Congratulations for all efforts to complete this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Comment on what you think would have happened if the gift of rest was added onto man. Till we meet again, do enjoy the rest of our videos.